Welcome back, project management fans. Today we're going to talk about one of the trickier subjects in project management, which is how you define success for a project. Let's start off with some of the common definitions that most people use. On the board, I've written down on this side 3 of the most common ways people define success for a project. Was the project on time? Was it on budget? Did it deliver the required scope? So that sounds pretty basic. Now, some project managers believe if they meet any one of those 3 things, it was a success. Or if they meet 2 of the 3 things, it was a success. Some other project managers want to meet all 3 of these criteria in order to define it as success. Well, let me just say, success is not defined by the project manager. It's defined by the customer. So I'd like to add a few more elements to what I call success. Safely. Was the project done safely? Did you achieve the appropriate level of quality? Now notice I didn't say high quality or the highest possible level of quality. The appropriate level of quality for a project is never too little, and it's never too much. So you need to define what is the appropriate level of quality for this particular project. The more quality you try to put into a project, generally the more costly it is. So there's a balance that you have to strike between the amount of time and money you want to spend to improve quality and the level of quality that you need for the project. So appropriate level of quality is not low quality. It doesn't mean it's quality that isn't acceptable. It's whatever the appropriate level is for that customer, for that project. And in order to figure that out, you're going to have to talk to the customer and ask them what their expectations are. Because an appropriate level of quality for a nuclear power plant is a lot of quality. An appropriate level of quality for a temporary website might be a little bit, but that might be completely appropriate. The last element here is a satisfied customer. This is probably the most important element on the board, because if your customer isn't satisfied, it doesn't matter what your other success measures were. I've been on projects where I've delivered the project on time, on budget, with the appropriate level of quality, delivered all the scope, did it safely, but the customer wasn't satisfied. Why? Because I delivered what they asked for. I didn't deliver what they needed. So what a customer asks for, or what a customer wants, might be different from what they need. And in the end, if you don't deliver what they need, it's not going to work for them. So you have to drill through and drive down, peel the onion back, past the wants and the asks, and get down to the need, what they really need. In order to do that, you need to partner up with them in order to understand that need. Now, I have a very strict definition of success, and my definition is you meet all 6 of these criteria. You complete the project on time, on budget, with the required scope, safely, with the appropriate level of quality, and a satisfied customer. And if you miss any of the 6, I personally consider it a failure if it was one of my projects. I've also been on projects where I delivered late. I delivered over budget. I didn't meet all of the scope requirements. The customer viewed it as an overwhelming success. Why? It was a very aggressive timeline. Most people didn't think it was achievable with the budget that we had, and there was too much scope. So we had a very unbalanced triangle. The customer understood it. They were aware of everything that was going on. We managed their expectations well. And even though we missed on virtually all 3 of those key elements, the customer did nothing but talk about how great we were, what a fantastic job we did. Why? Because we almost pulled off the impossible. We came close enough to meet the customer's satisfaction level. So the key takeaway here is none of this is correct. There is no common definition of what success is for a project. Success is measured by your customer, and managing and meeting their expectations is what defines your success. So regardless of what textbooks tell you, regardless of what you read in magazine articles, the truth is that it boils down to managing the expectations of your customer and their definition of success. That's your definition of success. Thank you for watching today. Professor Allen signing off.